Hello, my name is Glory Joseph and I am a final year medical student in the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, and today I'll be talking to you about conditions that coexist with autism. Autism, also known as autism spectrum disorder, is a disorder that is characterized by a developmental disability in language, social behavior, interaction, and communication. So for people that are on the autistic spectrum, they have a disability in either one or more than one of these facets of their lives. As opposed to popular belief, autism is found in about 3 in 100 children, so it is commoner than most people think it is. Most people think it is just a disease that is found in the Caucasian countries, but we also have children that are autistic in the African countries like Nigeria. So this video would tell you about some other conditions that a child who has autism can have besides autism. So some of those conditions include attention deficit hypersensitivity disorder, also known as ADHD. Children that have autism can also have depression. They can have some other mood disorders such as bipolar disorder. They can have mania. They can also have sleep disorders, so they can have insomnia. They can have hypersomnolence. They can have anxiety disorders such as generalized anxiety. They can have specific phobias. They can have gastrointestinal disorders. They can have intellectual disabilities or learning difficulties. They can also have epilepsy and a host of other diseases, but I think we'll just stick with the ones we have mentioned for now. So why are these comorbidities existing? Because autism shows a strong genetic predisposition. This means that people that have these genes, autistic genes, so for those of us that do not yet know, genes are like would say codings, more like the basic building block of everything in the body is a gene. So a gene is like a code for people that do tech. Okay, a gene is like a code. A gene is like the basic structural functional unit, is what makes up things, is what makes one cell different from the other. So in these genes are found proteins. Genes code for proteins. Is that too much? Okay, I'm saying that genes contain instructions, more like the same way you say that words are made from letters of the alphabet. Okay, so the genes are more like these letters of the alphabet that all the words that are found are formed from. So every protein in the body is formed, and proteins are responsible for all the building that happens in the body. Like everything that is in the body is made up of proteins. Yeah, so genes are like these alphabets that make up these various words. So if you change, for instance, if you have C, A and T, right, or if you have C, A and B, and then you mix them up together, and then you have a C before an A and then a T, you have a cat, right? But if you have a T before an A and a C, you have tack, right? And if you have ATC, you think that it's not an English word. ATC is not an English word, but it can be an acronym in English language. So because of the arrangement of those different genes, right, we have different things coming about because of the arrangement. So the same thing happens with genes. If there is a problem with a gene structure, and if the gene is changed, if the location of the gene is changed, it means that what a person will express will be changed. So basically I'm saying that there are genes that code for autism, and some of these genes that code for autism, just as the same way you have some words that sound alike in English language, the same thing happens to the body. So some of these genes that code for autism also coincide with the genes that code for other diseases. Okay, so for instance like ADHD. And also something about symptoms. So some symptoms overlap because diseases are classified based on symptoms. They are diagnosed based on symptoms. So if the symptomatology, that is if the type of symptoms that are found in a certain disease are similar to those found in another disease, it's most likely that you think that both of them are related. So that is part of the reasons why these diseases coexist together. Okay, and then another reason why these diseases coexist together is because of something called genetic predisposition to the environment. So if you're in an environment that predisposes, if a person is in an environment that predisposes the person to the production of some certain things, some certain chemicals and all of that, and some certain environmental exposure, it allows some genes to be expressed above others. So the essence of this video was to inform you of the conditions that a person who has autism might be predisposed to, so that they can, if these conditions are found in that person, you can know that this is what is responsible for that. All right, thank you.